Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the final entire range reveal for the Cities of Sigmar. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Cities of Sigmar, the entire magnificent range reveal. The mortal realms are vast, dangerous, and awe-inspiring dominion of wander and malignancy. Among all this splendor and the horror, the regular men and women of the Cities of Sigmar march through mud and blood, bowed but unbroken, raging against the darkness that threatens to envelope them all. So we got a little video right here. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so we've got a couple new models here. Definitely excited to see the completion of the range. They said what was going away and what wasn't going away, but didn't say what else was coming. So very cool, definitely exciting. Every single model we have seen so far has been absolutely amazing. Each one of these is like telling its own little tale. Very, very cool. Definitely a big fan. So we see a bunch of different heroes here, an artillery piece. There's so much character in everything that they do too. Oh, and this is the back of that. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this range. This is like the icing on the cake with the heroes here. Absolutely amazing. And realistically, like literally every single one of these models is like telling a story. I'm not sure exactly what that story is because it's my first time seeing some of them, but man, that guy is crazy. I'm not sure what's going on there. Very, very cool. Just so much character in these HQs. So much little like detail and everything. I love the front and the back of that little. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. I'm a huge fan of this range. I think this is probably my favorite. I mean, which makes sense because they're only getting better and this is the newest thing they've done. So there is a vast military machine that protects the fragile segments that are slowly reclaiming the realms in the name of the God King Sigmar. This army of religious zealots, veteran soldiers, and downtrodden folk simply want to earn their place in the wild world. And now it's time to reveal the last few pieces of this staggering new range. Pontifex Zenestra, Matriarch of the Great Wheel. So we basically have like two acolyte type hooded robed figures carrying a sort of throne, and seated on the front of the throne is Pontifex Zenestra, and then on the back of the phone is what looked like maybe either a dead vampire or possibly the last person to hold the throne. I'm not quite sure, but the detail here on this is absolutely amazing. I love the base, extreme texture. I mean, this rock and everything, just really nice looking piece from Games Workshop. Not your typical just like tactical rock. This has got a lot going on here. Pontifex Zenestra is the matriarch of the Great Wheel, one of the many cults unbarogin who worship aspects of the God King Sigmar. Allegedly a great-grandmother at the dawn of the Age of Sigmar, she brooks no questions about the accompanying skeleton whose scars mirror her own. So here we have the front and back look, and we can see the big scar on her forehead is same on the skeleton. So we can expect some deep, rich lore going behind this model as well. Definitely love all the candles melted all over the skeleton as well. Tons and tons of details. Just a very, very nice looking piece right here. Redolent with azurite energy, a great coruscating halo of heavenly forces lashes out at enemies as she is carried into battle on an ornate palanquin by pious warriors eager to prove their devotion. Very cool and perfectly fits the range. Just so much character in all of these models. And next we have the Iron Weld Great Cannon. The gatehouse of the novel Castellite formation employed by the armies of Sigmar. The iron-walled Great Cannon is an artillery piece that strikes a balance between speed of reloading and raw destructive firepower. Definitely a huge fan of this model as well. It's done in the style of those gunners that we saw. It has like the cool wooden shields, the blend of wood and metal. And again, we just see a ton of character because we saw there's a couple different ways that you can build the crew. Games Workshop is killing it with this range. Steelhelms often rally behind their sturdy winged shields for reprieve during battle, as a crew dutifully unleash a volley after ear-splitting volley to shred and incinerate anything ahead of them. So really cool. We see she has one of those like aiming devices right here. This is like to help load it up. I love the details on the shield, all the like markings and everything. And then we see a pile of the artillery shells and everything, a hammer, an extra barrel, a couple variants builds for the actual crew themselves. Absolutely beautiful piece. And next we have the Free Guild Command Corps. The Free Guild Marshals are experts in strategy and veterans of combat, accompanied by battlefield aides who bring their own talents to bear. So we see this guy here has the like regimental standard, and then also appears to be like some sort of musician, some kind of cool little like dragon dog thing going on there. Here we have this crazy looking apothecary. Definitely a huge fan of like the bird face, the saw and drill and everything. Very, very cool. And then this one appears to be like some kind of like weird priest or something like that. We see like the smoke kind of coming out of their little sensor. And then some sort of like almost undead looking creature, barely flesh and bone, is playing a musical instrument as it like reads off there. Very cool. And then we see this sort of like assassin looking model right here, fully cloaked, fully covered, and then just like the sword poking out. Really, really cool. And I'm absolutely loving this guy. Big chunky champion, huge axe, heavily armored, bear helmet. Very, very nice. Yeah, these models are just absolutely stunning. The Great Herald holds a banner, accompanied by mascot gargoylians. You might have spotted smaller gargoylians on the base of other Cities of Sigmar units. We'll have more information on these peculiar creatures soon. War in the Realms is brutal, and war surgeons are on hand to amputate a limb to keep the army in fighting form. While soul shepherds and their eerie corpus somni pipers guard the souls of those who cannot be saved. Archknights are looming bodyguards to the marshals, while the spy masters known as whisper blades instill discipline in the ranks through fear, paranoia, and sharp knives. So very cool, awesome description of all those characters. And then next we have the Free Guild Cavalier Marshal. So very, very cool model right here. Again, just completely killing it with the basing effects. The detail on the horse, the barding, his armor, just absolutely stunning. And they've went all out on the sort of like flag and everything. Typically the flags are pretty two-dimensional and pretty basic. We see his cape and flag are both kind of going nuts in the wind. Some marshals prefer to command their armies from atop mighty steeds, charging in a battle alongside the Free Guild Cavaliers, smashing through enemy ranks before wheeling around to strike again. Their trusty mount also affords the luxury of bringing a stuff pack to battle, often filled with cartographical equipment, healing tools from Gyron, and assorted tchotchkes accrued through years of service. Man, the detail on the shield is amazing, the barding, just everything about this model, all of the different heads, the personality. This is by far the first time I have ever seen a range and just absolutely fell in love with just the overall look and style. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video. Even though the Cities of Sigmar lack the dazzling Azurite power of the Stormcast Eternals and must face down impossible enemies, their will is still unbreakable and their might unquestionable. And the army looks absolutely beautiful, just everything in that one picture there. So we see the Battletome Cities of Sigmar. Every single unit will be featured in Battletome Cities of Sigmar, a 160-page book with a huge background section covering every aspect of the cities and how they wage war. The first place to get this book and the first selection of miniatures is in the Cities of Sigmar army set, coming soon. So unfortunately, no date yet on the Cities of Sigmar army set, but it must be getting pretty close here. There's loads more to come from the Cities of Sigmar as we near release, so grab your Fuso cannon, strap on your Curious, and give full-throated praise to Sigmar. So I'm definitely a huge fan of this set and will 100% be picking this up. This entire range is absolutely beautiful and I'm definitely looking forward to not only getting my hands on them, but getting them built up and painted to my own liking. I see massive amount of conversion potential and I'm sure there are endless bits and bobs on the sprues for awesome customizations, conversions, kit bashes, etc. So let me know what you think of the new Cities of Sigmar range. Are you excited for the new models? You're going to be picking them up? Are they just cool but not really your style? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comment section. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring this video. Check them out to save 15% on Warhammer. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I am joining the Cities of Sigmar. And I'm out of here.